What's up, traders? Red here with another trading update. Today's date is October 29th, 2025. Before we begin, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. I've been trying to get to at least 10 likes on every update, so if you guys can help me out, I would really appreciate it. Well, today was FOMC day and I didn't take any trades today. Actually, I didn't even know that it was FOMC day until yesterday evening. And ever since I found out, I kind of got nervous about if I should take a trade today because, maybe not because I'm not really a fan of the volatility that FOMC brings, or, how the market in the morning kind of stagnates before the actual move happens later in the day. So what I did yesterday is that I went back to my backtesting data and I just pulled up all the FOMC dates and then saw all the trade results of my strategy. I went all the way back to I think 2020. And it turns out my strategy did better than I initially thought. So I guess that was another important lesson that I learned in feelings versus data. Because initially my gut and then my personal anecdotes and my personal experience told me that, maybe I just shouldn't trade today, but that was clearly wrong. The data told me that I had a decent win rate on FOMC days, only in the morning though. I shouldn't even mess around with the volatility in the afternoon, and I'm not even going to try. So I was pretty much ready to jump in today if I saw a setup in the morning, but I just didn't, similar to yesterday. So that was another no trade for me. It's been a pretty quiet week so far, other than the two back-to-back losses on Monday. And I still haven't gotten out of the losing streak that I'm currently in since last week. But I'm just surviving right now. I'm sure my time will come. And when it was actually time for FOMC, I actually decided to live stream. I didn't really expect anyone to tune in because it was super like spur in the moment kind of thing. It was very last minute. But a few of you guys decided to show up, and it was actually kind of fun to just hang out and chat. I mean, it's like you can wait, but I would take profit right now, because like it swept this high right here, so it could go back down here. That's an ugly candle, man. But you still have fair value gap here, so who knows? Who knows? I think you're still safe. Still safe, Okay. I don't get this market. Clearly, I don't know what's gonna happen. Clearly, I can't predict. So it's like this is why I don't do this. There was a time, this was like earlier in the year or like almost last year, where I used to do like 5-to-1 ratio, and then I just wouldn't do anything until it would hit my TP. And then this one time, it was like 5-to-1 ratio, and it would be one tick below my TP, and I just let it ride, and I lost. So it's like, was that psychological pain worth the profit that I would have made? So how long did it take you to develop that mentality? Probably like a year. I mean, it's not, you're never there perfectly, because like you're always fighting with yourself, but you start to get better at it, because like I only got better at it because I've been down in the gutters, right? I've traded on impulse, I've FOMO'd before, I've done all that, I've lost a bunch of times, and that's like the only way for you to learn. Oh my god, here comes the reversal. Yikes. Yikes. Oh my god, here we go. Here we go. And the volatility that FOMC brings is always fun to watch on the sidelines. Some of you guys decided to jump in and trade. I could never. But yeah, I think I definitely want to do it more often. But at this moment, I just don't know yet and how often I'll do it. I'll for sure think about doing it on FOMC days from now on, which should be interesting. And ideally, I would love to stream like, almost every day, but it just, I'm not really big on trading live just because I have so many things to think about when I'm trading. So, and I don't want live streaming to one of those other things that I have to think about while I'm actually trading with real money. I'll keep you guys updated. And thank you to those that actually showed up. Hopefully I can do it again soon. And since it was FOMC day, I'll just end this video with my thoughts on what Powell said pretty much. So we got the 25 basis point rate cut that we all expected. And Powell said we're ending QT on December 1st. So I guess the era of tightening is officially over. Now it's just a matter of how fast we're going to cut rates further from here. And I was actually very surprised that there was actually a dissent in favor of a pause. Powell actually has been pretty hawkish and pretty restrained when it comes to cutting, but I thought it was kind of good to see that there was someone actually even more conservative and more cautious than Powell. He also mentioned that due to the government shutdown, there's going to be a lot less data to work with, which is not great. And even though there was a rate cut, I think Powell was cautiously floating the idea of maybe pausing for December, which would be a big deal because it would go very much against what Trump wanted. And I think everybody was thinking we would get at least 3 rate cuts this year, right? And there's only going to be 2. So I guess the overall vibe that I got from him was that he's optimistically cautious and he's generally not worried about things like worsening from here and out. What I'm personally worried about is cutting rates too fast, because it's basically impossible to raise rates now without causing like massive like market crash. And this is coming from someone who is actually hurting from these higher rates, right? My credit card APR is higher, mortgage is higher, and it has not been fun last few years. But I feel like a lot of people are having a tough time because of like inflating prices everywhere and just the dollar being devalued pretty much every day. And I read somewhere on Reddit that once Powell gets replaced by someone who is more dovish and is on Trump's side, you know, there will be more deeper cuts like overnight. And who knows what they will bring and what that will do to the prices. This is not an easy problem to solve, especially when you have inflation and rising unemployment, aka stagflation. But my opinion is that if we cut rates solely on the basis of softening labor market, I just don't know if that's the right call right now, because yes, like the theory is that the cutting rates will increase job demand, but will it this time? Because especially when companies like Amazon is just flat out saying that they're firing people so they can replace people with AI. Powell specifically touched on this topic, and he really seems to believe that today's cuts will help increase demand in the labor market. So, I mean, we'll see. But I get the sense that there is like a rise of bifurcated economy, which is like when high income households and companies like thrive because of the inflating assets, while the lower income households struggle with inflation and rising costs. Again, it's not a simple problem, and I'm not here to say, oh, like do what I say and everything will be amazing, right? Because like I don't know anything, I'm just a dude. But my opinion is that things are very uncertain right now, and I think it's pretty scary. And then there's the whole debate about AI bubble versus AI being the greatest economic transformation since industrial revolution. And personally, it's like really worrying to me when I read stats like Nvidia hit 1 trillion market cap in just May 2023, and it's been what, like little over 2 years, and the market cap just 5x'd to 5 trillion like today. Like, make it make sense. If Nvidia is really transforming everything for the better, like sure, like they deserve all the investments and the money to help fuel the growth, but it's really getting scary out there, guys. And with that said, that's it for me today. Like I didn't take any trades today, but today was a good day for me to just journal and record my thoughts about the broader economy and the market. It would be interesting to look back on this moment, maybe like a year from now on, and then think like, wow, I can't believe like I thought that, or yeah, I was right to be scared then. So other than that, I hope you guys made money today, or like at least survived today's market. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully participating in the market, hopefully being able to take some trades, hopefully in the green, but it's okay if that's not the case. I'm not in a hurry. I'm gonna be patient and stick to the plan. Thank you guys for watching. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. This has been Red, signing out. Peace.